Very good morning to all my students. Now, today is the second online class with class 12, and here, as I started with that day with figure of speech, and I have given the definition and some examples of figure of speech, and I defined it as well. So today also I am going to work with the rest of the figure of speech I have collected to explain to you, and I will start today now, and I hope the previous lesson was effective enough to you to understand it better way. So let's start with the next example of figure of speech. Today I'm going to start with euphemism. Euphemism is an expression that is gentler or less direct than the one normally used to refer to something unpleasant or embarrassing, means which does not sound good. But with the use of euphemism, we make it gentler to sound, to take to. So, an example of it, pass away. Pass away is an euphemism for die. Die doesn't sound, it's very harsh or unpleasant to sound to. But instead of die, if we use pass away, it sounds gentle. Okay? The next example I'll give, you are telling me a fairy tale. Fairy tale means what? Fairy tale means which is not true. In our life, we use it. In our speech, we use it. So, you are telling me a fairy tale. Instead of lie, we use fairy tale. So, these are two examples I have given for euphemism. Again, I am just giving you the definition of euphemism. It is an expression that is gentler or less direct than the one normally used to refer to something unpleasant or embarrassing. Okay. The next, I am going to antithesis. It is the balancing of two or more words or phrases of opposite meaning. That means we make a balance between words or phrases. It may be two words or more words, or two phrases or more phrases, which are opposite in meaning, but we make balance, and that is called antithesis. Here I will give you example which I have taken from Julius Caesar. Not that I love Caesar less, but that I love Rome more. Here, less and more, both are opposite in meaning, but in this sentence it is balanced and giving an expression. Speech is silver, but silence is golden. Here, speech is considered as silver, where golden is silence. To err is human, to forgive divine. Human and divine. See? Opposite, err, to make mistake. Forgive means forgiveness. So these are examples of antithesis. Next, I will go to oxymoron. It is a figure of speech in which apparently contradictory terms appear in conjunction. Apparently or contradictory means totally opposite. Totally opposite words are placed side by side. Example, I was a cruelly kind husband. See, cruel and kind, both are opposite words, totally opposite, but it is placed together and it is giving an expression which is very deep in meaning. Next is paradox. It is an expression that appears contradictory but is not really so. In paradox, that expression appears to be contradictory, but it is not actually contradictory. Okay, example is, the child is the father of the man. The child is the father of the man. Art lies in concealing art. Art lies in concealing art. These two examples are examples of paradox. Now we will go to irony. Irony, we are very much aware of this term. We have come across with this figure of speech many times in our previous class. So what is irony? Irony is a contrast. Here it is a contrast contrast between what is said and what is meant. What is said and what is meant means it has two meaning. Two meaning in sense it is said something but the real meaning of it is something different. It is also between what appears to be true and what is the ultimate truth. Something is appearing differently and the actual thing, the ultimate truth is something different. That is irony. Uh, and it may be defined as in that way as well, the expression of meaning through the use of language signifying the opposite, especially for humorous effect. Irony is also used. Irony is used specially for humorous effect. Okay. Next I will go to pun. It is the humorous use of a word that has two meanings or of different words that sound the same. A play on words. Actually, pun is a play on words. It's a play. And it is usually used in humorous way. Okay. And it has two meanings. So, pun is what? Pun is generally used in a humorous way. And it has two meaning. Or sometimes there are two different words that sounds the same. Okay. I'll give you an example of it. It is the unkindest tide that ever and any man tied. It is the unkindest tide that ever any man tied. This is the example of pun. So next is onomatopoeia. What is that? It means the use of words, the sound of which suggests the meaning. Means in our writing we use some words which gives the sound of which gives sound. The words are actually the words of sound and which suggests the meaning. The sound itself is suggesting the meaning, like hiss, thud, kaku, sizzle, hush, hum, etc. So examples are hiss, thud, kaku, sizzle, hush, hum, etc. These are the examples of the words actually. These words are known as onomatopoeia. For example, the redbreast whistles from a garden croft, and gathering swallows twitter in the sky. Whistles, twitter, these are the words which is providing sound. Whistle, twitter, murmur. These are what? These are words which is suggesting sound. So I hope all these explanations are clear to you, and there are some more examples or kinds of rhetoric, that is figure of speech, such as metonymy, synecdoche, climax, anticlimax, and many more. You will find it out, and I hope you will read it out as well. Learn the chapter very carefully with all your heart so that you can understand, so that you can feel the essence of poetry and writing, so that you can enjoy what is actually language is, what is actually literature is. I hope these lessons will be very fruitful for the use of language in future and in this class as well. For that time being, a very good day to you.